Hello, teacher Eduardo Gonzalez. Thank you very much. I would like to thank you for all the support and for all your help during this subject. I really enjoy. And I will start describing my lesson plan number 11. About the information data. The theme that I chose for this class was the simple past tense, designed for the grade of second baccalaureate, and the duration of the class will have a 45 minutes length. The proficiency level is B1.1. The objectives of the class has designed for 4 skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. The goals for listening, the listening goals, the students will be able to identify and follow instruction about this topic, about simple past tense. The speaking goals, the students will be able to express a finished past action that occurred at a specific time in the past. For the reading skills, students will be able to recognize simple past tense in real context. And finally, for the writing goals, students will be able to construct sentences by writing and speaking in the past tense. I will use methodology and strategies for the class to develop these objectives. The methodology for this class, I've choose 3: the communication language teaching, the grammar translation, and task-based learning. The communication language teaching is more about the style. For example, when it is not necessary just know the grammar, just know the vocabulary. We have to be able to express in different scenarios. That is why I choose communicative language teaching. It's not about what we know, it's about how we say the sentences, the words. The grammar translation, as the word say, is a translation from Spanish to English, or vice versa. The task-based learning is when we design a task, but we don't have to focus so much on the correct answer. We have to give a little freedom to the students. The strategies we have, I choose the strategies to make the students work together and share and help each other. That's why I go for the whole class work. I choose a game, then I will work with the students with the individual work and also a pair work, practicing in our way. Now let's see what we have for the anticipatory set. Me as the designer, this time I am the teacher. The teacher makes a great way to introduce the past tense by drawing a simple timeline on the board. In the middle of the timeline, sorry, I'm going a little power to show my hands. In the middle of the time, write today and ask students what day is today and write what day on the board. Next, a teacher asks students what day is yesterday. For example, Pepe, what day was yesterday, Lucas, what day is today, but especially on the past, and write the day on the left side of the timeline. And then do the same for tomorrow and write the day on the right side. For the main teaching input, I will make a warm-up activity That's the I think that's the favorite part of the class for the students because they like the games. So for the warm-up activity in this time, I will pose some questions. For example, what did you eat yesterday? Pedro, you did your homework. Alejandro, did you play soccer? Did you sleep well? Or all these kind of questions and so on. The teacher start modeling the answer. Yes, for example, I will say, yesterday I ate French fries, so I ate egg, or I ate a sandwich, or I ate bologna. And then I invite the students to discuss the theme. The students also make questions among the classmates. And let's go for the continue with the lesson plan. And about the modeling. The teacher writes on the board the following rule. I'm sorry, I will write I will talk in the first person. I will write on the board the following rule. The simple past is a verb tense that is used to talk about things that happen or exist before now. Next, I will invite them to imagine someone asks what the brother sister did, while he was in town last week or in the city last week, or for example, I live in the peninsula, what he did in Salinas, La Libertad, Santa Elena. And then the next step is the guide practice. I will teach students to make this style, but I will give you a little guide. Practice keywords and sentences. I will tell students that in order to talk about the past tense, and we need to change the verb into the past tense. And next, I write some regular verbs on the board. For example, watch, play, walk, talk, cook, etc., and so on. And I will show the students how to change the past tense by adding just the words ed, it. See, they pronounce it. And I will ask students to repeat after me and practice saying each past tense verb. What we have next, I will explain the students that not all the verbs follow this rule. That's very important. As there are many irregular verbs. We have regular and irregular. Once students are used to changing verbs into the past tense, it's time to practice more so with a fun guessing game. I love when I love this word fun game. Me as a student. The teacher, what will do with this game? I will put face down some memory cards in a group of 9 regular verbs and 9 irregular verbs. Then I will divide the group into 2 teams. Okay, to make a little competition. So students have to guess if the word writing on the card 1, 2, 3 correspond to the select card. For example, Team A say dance, and Team B have to select the card that contains the verb. Now it's time for independent practice. They have to do by themselves to practice, yes, because they already receive a guide from me. For the independent practice, the students will work in pairs. For example, student A may question in past tense, and student B have to answer this question. Finally, the assessment. It's time to see if my students learn, what they need to improve. So for the assessment, the students have to write sentences below in the past tense according to the flashcard shared by the screen. And finally, I have to, the last step of the lesson plan is called closing review and follow up. What's that? Closing review is to checking my students understood my theme, the topic. I have to give them a little summary to see to sum up the most important things from the class. So before finish the class, I review the past tense verbs and sentences from the lesson, from my topic. A great way to do this is to ask students to ask their partners, what did you do yesterday or last week? Once they have asked their partner, they have to ask the students to tell you what their partner did yesterday or this week or the last week. And now I will talk about my supplementary material for the class number 11. And the present class I use memory cards and a worksheet to help my students to develop the multiple intelligence, because we have many intelligences. As teacher, we have to know that visual intelligence, kinesthetic intelligence, spatial intelligence, and so on. And they have to well, I said before, they have to develop their multiple intelligence by writing and expressing with visual arrangement. And well, for the here I have these flashcards. See, to practice all the verbs. And finally, this is my worksheet, especially to make them to practice the past simple. They have to write the sentence below in the past simple. That's very easy for them. For example, this is a sentences in present. He goes to the bed, and then they need to write in past tense. For example, this is the answer. He went to bed early. Okay. So for the sheet about with this is a grammar worksheet. For the past simple, we have positive, negative, and questions. See, positive sentences, negative sentences, and questions. And this is the resource where I found this information, this worksheet, from this website, pinterest.com. This is well known, this website. Pinterest has many professional information, the best graphic designer all around the world. We can find it here, so I like this page. And finally, teacher, this was my explication about my class, my first class. And as you know, teacher, we have many steps of the class: before class, during the class, and after the class. Thank you very much. I really enjoy practicing my lesson plan skill, and that was an honor to make this video. Thank you so much, teacher. Bye bye.